Welcome to 10-Minute IELTS, where I'll be giving you strategies in 10 minutes. Today, we'll be tackling vocabulary, which is also known as lexical resource in the IELTS exam. This is a criteria that applies to both writing and speaking and really just checks your wide range or use of words. So if you have difficulty finding out what words can be used in the test, then this is the video for you. Take note that lexical resource also includes appropriateness as well as spelling. It's just that most students have a harder time showing the wide range of words as opposed to the other two. So I'll focus on that. The rule of thumb, for me at least, is to avoid overusing the same words thrice. I use this as a rule of thumb 3 times, mainly because it starts to sound redundant when I use the same word a 3rd time. What do I mean? Here's an example question. Is it better to study abroad? Let's say my answer is yes, it is better to study abroad. It is better to study abroad because of better opportunities abroad. In conclusion, it is better to study abroad because of better opportunities. So, yes, it answers the question, and I can see an intro, body, and conclusion, but this is what I'm talking about when it sounds like there's a limited range of words because I've overused the same words more than thrice. What words specifically? When the examiner checks your essay, he'll focus on the keywords in the question because these are the keywords that the students tend to use again and again and again. And once he sees that the words are repeatedly being used, even without reading the essay, he knows that your score in vocabulary may be 6 or even 5.0. To avoid this, we need to paraphrase. And paraphrasing is common to students in terms of using synonyms. So let's paraphrase. Step 1 is to use synonyms. What are other words for better? If you don't know the specific synonyms, that's normal, but we need to widen the number of words we know, and one way to do this is by using a thesaurus. This is my favorite book to read when I want to widen the number of words I know. Though not all the words you'll see are appropriate. It is healthier to study abroad? I don't think so. It is nobler to study abroad? Sounder? Politer? Righter? Even finer doesn't seem to work. So you'll notice the thesaurus doesn't necessarily give you the synonyms right away you need, but here's one. Nicer. I think a good synonym is nicer. Now don't worry if nicer is the only synonym you find that's better than nothing. Let's just replace better here with yes, it is nicer to study abroad. But if that's all we paraphrase, then the essay still sounds redundant because we're still using better a lot. The next step is to use definitions. Let's see how the dictionary defines better. Here in Microsoft Word, we can use review and then use the dictionary feature to find out what it means. And it says here that better means something that is superior. Okay, that's not too bad, though not my preferred definition. Well, let's look for other ones. It also says that is more acceptable, of greater quality. I like that one. Can use this later in our body also. Not improved in health, to or of a higher standard. I like this one, preferable. Let's use that for the body here. It is preferable to study abroad because of greater or higher standards. Not sure if opportunities applies, but I'm sure you understand what I want to say here. So higher standards in education. Now, once you've done using definitions, the third possible way you can paraphrase is by giving examples. So, examples of better. How is studying abroad better than studying in our home country? We already gave that idea here. Let's say that it's also because it is more prestigious and well known. So instead of it is preferable to study abroad because of higher standards in education abroad, again, we could place a period here and just say also studying abroad is more prestigious and makes us well known. That can work, though that gives us the other problem. Let's read the essay again. Yes, it is nicer to study abroad. It is preferable to study abroad because of higher educational standards. Also, studying abroad is more prestigious and makes us well known. In conclusion, it is better to study abroad because of better opportunities. Even the word better here is being used too much. Let's use the word it is finer, superior, or let's say nicer. Take note, you can repeat a word twice. It doesn't have to be just once use of word nicer. We can use it twice already. Better here hasn't been used much, so that's good. But now I do worry that the words study and abroad are being overused. So once you've identified the keywords in your essay that are being repeated too much, all you need to do is go through the 3 steps I've mentioned here. One is to use a synonym, and another word for study could be learn. I don't know any other synonyms for study, but in terms of definition, for study, we could just say go to school abroad. Here, instead of studying again, maybe we could give an example such as enrolling in Cambridge. That is much more specific. That is an example of where we could study. And I think we can keep this since study abroad has not been used in the essay anymore. Now let's paraphrase abroad. A synonym for abroad could be overseas, whereas another synonym could be, I don't know, I'm having a hard time here. And if that's the case, remember, there's no shame in using a thesaurus. What's important is you widen the number of words you know, and it says here, out of the country. That's a great idea. Let's try that out. So, go to school out of the country, and another one is in a foreign country, but I don't like the word country being used too much, so let's use another synonym for that, such as nation. And remember, you can always give examples of foreign countries. So here, also enrolling in Cambridge University in United Kingdom is more prestigious and makes us well known. Good. Now let's read that out loud from top to bottom. Is it better to study abroad? Yes, it is nicer to learn overseas. It is preferable to go to school out of the country because of higher standards in education. Also, enrolling in Cambridge University in United Kingdom is more prestigious and makes us well known. In conclusion, it is nicer to study in a foreign nation because of better opportunities. Wow, didn't that sound like a great essay? Not because of the length or the structure, but because of the wide use of words. I think it's better here, which is more prestigious and well known, so that it sounds better. But I hope with this you now understand how vocabulary can be a powerful tool to make your essays sound better and avoid overusing the same words. Well, those are my 10 minutes. I hope this has been helpful and that you'll be able to apply the 3 steps. Again, remember, you can paraphrase using synonyms, definitions, and examples. If you want to learn more synonyms, make sure to use a thesaurus. And if you want to learn the definition of words, you can always use a dictionary. As for examples, the best way for me is to use personal or stock knowledge, though we could use also anything that we've read or anything that we've heard of in the past. If ever you have any questions, please leave a comment below. Like, share, and subscribe. And make sure to click on the link in this description if you are interested in online coaching. It's something I can do to check your essays as well as conduct the speaking exam or give you any other lectures that you would like to know about.